Okay, so guys, here we are going to start with the second session of Python, in which we are going to learn about list. Now, what is mean by list? What is the use of this list? We are going to see this in this session. Okay, so the topics which we are going to cover today is list data structure. Then we have list indexing. After that, list slicing, different functionalities in a list. Now, what is mean by list? In Python, we have generally four types of data structure. First, we have list data structure, then dictionary, set, and tuple. So these are the four data structure, and list is one of them. Okay. Now, what is mean by data structure? So it is a way to store a data. Different way for storing a data inside memory. You can say. Okay. So list data structure. After that, we have to see. Till now, we have learned about variable. What we can do inside a variable at a time, we can store only one value inside a variable. Okay, so suppose you want to store multiple values in a single variable. So for that we have this option list data structure, in which what we can do here, we can store multiple values in a single variable. Okay, so here you can see, here we have this employee data may here we have this multiple values, and here we are trying to store this multiple values inside this single variable. This is called as list. Simple definition we can write here: list is a data structure in which we can store multiple values. Like here we are storing 1 2 3 4, total 5 data we have. So list is a data structure in which we can store multiple values in a single variable of different data type. So here you can see we have different types of data. First we have integer type of data, then string type of data. Again here we have boolean type of data. So this will be your list in Python. So generally it is used for storing multiple values in a single variable. Okay, so here in list we have to decide position of each value. Like here we have this 007 number. So इसके लिए यहाँ पे different different positions we have to decide. और यहाँ पे for deciding the position we have to use indexing for that. Okay, so here we have given list indexing in Python. First we have positive indexing. Now what is mean by positive indexing? So यहाँ पे indexing will start from 0 by default. That is called as base indexing. So here you can see first value position is 0 because it is starting by default 0. Next we have this position number 1. After that here we have position number 2, position number 3. So these are called as indexing. Then position number 4. So this will be a list indexing, that is called as positive list indexing, because here we have negative list indexing as well. Okay, so let's see in the next part what is negative list indexing. Negative list indexing, by default it will start from the end of your list. Okay, so it will start from here. Okay, so first here you can see, and again negative list indexing by default will start from -1. Okay, so here you can see this will be a -1 position, which is negative list indexing. Then -2 here we have given, -3. After that here we have -4, then -5. So this will be a negative list indexing, which will start from the end of your list. Okay, next here we have given list slicing. Now what is mean by list slicing? First we have to understand that list slicing means removing a small part from our list. Like here we have given this data, employee data we have given, and I want to remove this part and want to store that in different variable. Okay, so for that we can use list slicing. Okay, so here we have given this indexing 0 1 2 3 4. After that here you can see employee data. This will be a syntax for performing list slicing. Employee data, first here you have to give start index from where you want to start slicing. After that you have to give here last index, till where you want to slice your data. So this will be your first index and this will be your last index. And after that we have one more column after that for step value. Of step value, by default it will increase by 1, But if you want to increase by 2, 3, 4, then there you have to write some step value. Okay, so here you can see employee data 1 colon 3. Now here we want to remove these two values only, but here we have given number 1 colon 3. Why we are getting this 1 colon 3? Because last value will be in the form of n plus 1. Now what is mean by n plus 1? Suppose if you want to remove the data till index number 2, so here you have to write that in 2 plus 1 form, because if you are giving here 3, then value will be counted till 2. If you are giving 4, then it will count till 3. If you are giving 5, then value will be counted till 4. Okay, so that's why here you have to um, use your number in n plus 1 form in the end index. Okay, so simply you can say that here last index will not be counted, so you have to give the number n plus 1 in the form of n plus 1, so that it will count the number till n, not n plus 1. Reversing a list. Okay, so here we have one method, reversing a list using negative list slicing. Okay, so here uh, if you want to reverse your list, so by default it will increase by 1. Step value by default will increase by 1. Okay, but if you are giving here minus 1, okay, if you are giving minus 1, so by default it will start from minus 1 and decrease minus 2, minus 3, minus 4. So this will decrease by 1, and since we are not giving start value and end value, so by default start value will be from minus 1 and end value will be till here like minus 1. Okay, so we are going to see this in practical if you don't understand. So here also we have given some indexing. Okay, so from here we have to see functionality of a list. Okay, first we have given length. Okay, so length function is present in a list, so if you want to calculate the length of a list, so you have to use this function. Next, if you want to add values inside a list, so we have two methods. First we have append. Append is used to add value in the end of your list. Suppose if you want to add values in between of the list, then we have to use insert method. Next, removing an element from a list. So if you want to remove values from your list, so first we have remove method. Here you can specify some specific values. Like you want to remove employee name, so there you have to give name. And if second, next we have this pop method. Pop method is used to remove value from the end of your list. Next, here we have delete. For delete you have to use indexing inside your list. So how we are going to use this, we will see that in practical. Finding the index of given value. So if you want to find the index of any value, like there we have given true. Okay, so if you want to find that index of that true value, so for that you can use this index round inside parenthesis there will be values. After that, here again we have index value comma star. Now what is mean by this? I want to find this value, value indexing, but here we are giving some start value. Like if I'm giving example of a library, I already know that the book which I want, that book is present in the end of your library. So what you will do? You will directly go to end of your library. Will you start from the starting? No. You know that your book is present in the end of your library. Directly you will go to that end of your library and you can take that book. uh, like that, here also we have given this index value comma start. Suppose we have 50 values. Okay, 50 values mean you know about that ki value is present after 40 index. So why you are going to start that from index number 0? Directly you will start from 40. Okay, so this will be your index value comma star. Again, after that, merging two list. If you want to merge two lists, first we have extend operator, next we have plus operator. Okay, so let's go to the practical. Okay, so let's give here heading first. Okay, so here we have to give heading list in Python. Okay, so what is mean by list? So let's write definition of the list first. So list is a data structure. List is a data structure in which we can store multiple values, in which we can store multiple values in a single variable. in a single variable. Okay, so that is called as list. Okay, just execute this. Here also you can convert that into a heading. So if you want to convert that into a heading, so just convert that into a markdown and execute this. We have shortcut key for execution, shift plus enter. Okay, so now first we have to start with list. So here I'm going to create L1. Okay, L1 equal to list we can store in square bracket. So here I'm giving this square bracket. Again here we have some numbers like 101. You have to store here name. After that here you can store some email. Then here we have 45.67 something number. You can store whichever you want. Again here we have true value. Okay, so this will be your list. Okay, so now we have list indexing. If you want to see, so this will by default start from 0. Already you know that. So access values. Okay, first I want to print that. So if you want to print, so here print L1. So here you are getting that output. Here you can see. Okay, so next here we have access values by indexing. Using indexing I want to access values of this list. Suppose I want to access this value. What I have to write? Okay, so this is on index number 2. How it is on index number 2? Because if you start from 0, then 1, then 2. Here you can see this is on index number 2. So how to access by indexing? So here you have to write L1, then give square bracket, and that is on index number 2. Just execute this. So here you are getting your email which is present on index number 2. If here you are giving L1 of 5, what you will get on index number 5? We have true value. Again if you want to access L1 of, I'm not giving anything, then this will be a in syntax error, because you have to specify some values. Here I'm giving 3. What I will get on index number 3? Since it is starting from 0 to 0, 1, 2 and 3, so here you will get this value 45.67. Okay, so this will be a positive indexing. Again you can access element by negative indexing as well. So access element by negative indexing. I have already told you about this. Negative indexing will start from end of your list like this. So here we have, and from where it will start? From -1. So this will be a -1, then -2, -3, -4, -5 and -6. So if you want to access last value, so how to access last value? Here we have given L1 of -1. Okay, now execute this. Here we will get that true value, because true is present in the end of your list. Again if here I am giving L1 of -4, now what will be the output for this? -1, -2, -3, -4. You will get this email on index number -4. So you are getting, so here you can access element by negative indexing as well. Okay, okay, so next here we will have list slicing. So first we are going to say list slicing using positive indexing. Okay, using positive indexing. Okay, so what is the syntax? First let's see what is the syntax for this. So here you have to give start index first, colon. After that you have to specify end index, colon. Again here I am giving step value. Here you have to specify. Okay, but default value for a step value is 1, means by default it will increase by 1 if you are not giving any step value. Okay, so default, okay, just right here, default value for step value is 1. Okay, so just remember this. So let's see this practically. L1 of, okay, so let's print the L1 first. Again here we have L1 of, suppose I want to remove this value, these three values I want to remove. What I have to give? Here 0, 1 I have to start from 2 index. So here I am giving index number 2. And index kahan pe aayega? Since it is starting from 2, then 3, 4. But if you want to print the value till 4, so you have to give that in n plus 1 form. So wahan pe what you have to use? 4 plus 1, 5 you have to use. So if you are giving 5, so last value will not be counted. It will go till number index number 4. Okay, so here you will get these three values. Now execute this. So here you are getting, and by default it is increasing by 1. Suppose if you want to increase by 2, so there you have to specify that step value. Okay, so again if I'm giving here L1, I want to start from 1, and here I'm giving till 5, and I want to increase that by 2, so it will start from 1, then increase by 2, that means it will skip this value, and then it will print this 45.67. Again it will skip this value, and then we will get this value. Now execute this. I'm not getting this true value because index number 5 this, so last value will not be counted, so index number 5 will not be counted. It will go till this number 67.9. Okay, so here if we have specified 10, so it will go till 9. If we have specified 8, so it will go till 7. Okay, so this will be a list slicing. Again, if you are not giving any start value and end value, so by default it will start from 0 and go till the end of your list. So all the values will be printed as it is. If you are giving only ending value, not giving start value, so by default it will start from 0 and print till index number 3. Okay, so 0, 1, 2 and 3 we are getting. Okay, again L1, if you are not giving both start and end value, but you are increasing by 3, so first it will print this value. After that, since it is increasing by 3, so directly it will print this 45.67 value. Okay, after that, since it is increasing by 3, so after that you will not get any value because last value is still 5. Okay, so here you are getting only 101, and then after that 45.67. Now we have to see negative list slicing. Negative list slicing. How to perform negative list slicing? So first here if I am giving L1 of -1 colon -5, what will be the output for this? Output should be like this: -1, -2, -3, -4. Last value will not be counted. But if I'm executing this, I'm not getting any output. Why I'm not getting any output? What is the reason for this? Because here you can see -1. Okay, if I'm taking this -1, after that I'm taking this -2. So -2 is increasing value or decreasing value? After that, suppose if I'm taking this -3, that will be your decreasing value. And in list slicing, by default value will increase by 1, not decrease by 1. So if I want to go from -1 till -5, so there I have to decrease value by -1. Okay, so here what you have to do, here you have to decrease that value because it is by default increasing the values. Now if you execute, so it will start from -1, then -2 means it is decreasing by 1, again -3, again it is decreasing by 1. Okay, so now if I execute, I will get proper answer till -4. Now execute this. True, then here 67.9, 45.6, again this -4 indexing. Okay, okay, if you have any problem, then you can ask in comment section. Okay, so let's go to the next. Again L1. Again if I want to start from -4, I'm going till -1. Okay, I want to start from -1 and going till I want to start from -4 and going till -1. What is mean by this? -4, after that it will go to -3. Okay, after that -2, then -1, then 0. That means value is increasing. Did you understand this? If here I am going from -4 to minus 3. Minus 4 to minus 3, that means value is increasing by 1. Okay, so now you will get the proper answer for this. After that, if I'm taking minus 2, that means value is increasing. Here you can consider, after that minus 1, then 0, then 1, 2, 3. That means value in the increasing form. And in list slicing, the third value is by default it will increase by 1, so you don't have to give that, directly you will get answer. It is starting from minus 4, then minus 2, then sorry, minus 4, minus 3 and minus 2. Minus 1 will not be counted because that is end of the number. Okay, so let's proceed. After that, we have to see some functionalities in a list. Okay, so functionalities in a list. Okay, here I want to create different list for this. Fruits, suppose we have this fruits list. Here I am giving apple, then here I have mango, kiwi, after that orange, then here I can give cherry. Okay, so this is the list of fruits. So first here we have this length function. Length function is used to find the length of a list. Okay, so how to use this? So here you have to use like this length of, and you have to enter your list inside this fruits and execute this. How much we are getting? 6, because it will start from 1. Okay, for counting it will start from 1, for indexing it will start from 0. So counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, total we are getting 6 values inside fruits list. Okay, after that, next function we have adding values in a list. How to add values in a list? So first we have append function. Now what it will do, append function? So it will add value in the end of a list. Okay, it will add values in the end of a list. Now suppose here we have fruits. Okay, first we have to use this append function. How to use? Fruits dot append, here I have to write 90. Okay, so execute this. Now if you see your fruits value, so 90 will be added in the end of your list. So here you can see you are getting this 90 value. Again, if you want to add, okay, so fruits dot append, here again I'm giving one values like 90.80. This is float type of data. Again execute this. Again if you execute your fruits, then 90.80 will be added in the end of a list. Here you can see. Okay, so suppose if you want to add values in between of the list. Okay, here I want to add the values, here I want to add the values. So for that we have next function, insert function. Okay, now how to use insert function? Okay, so if you want to add values in between of the list, so here we have to use insert function. How to use this insert function? So fruits dot insert. Okay, I want to add on index number 3, like here 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so I want to add, okay, so I want to add on index number 3 like 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so whichever value I want to add, like here I want to add 50 on index number 3. So it will add 50 on index number 3, and kiwi will move one step forward. Like kiwi will move here, orange will move here, cherry will move here. Okay, so all the other values will move one step forward, and on index number 350 will be added. Okay, so now execute this. Here I have executed. Let's see our fruits. So here you can see on index number 350 is added, 0, 1, 2, 3. So here you can see 50 we are getting on index number 3. Again if you want to add something, fruits dot, here we have insert function, round bracket me, here I am giving this On 0 index, I want to add name. Okay, I want to add name. Okay, so execute this. So currently we have apple on index number 0. Now it will replace by Shivani. Execute this fruits value. So here you can see we are getting this Shivani. We are getting this vertical because in horizontal it is not possible to adjust. So that's why by default it will convert to vertical. Okay. So here after that, now we have removing values from a list. Removing values from a list. How to remove values from a list? So first method we have remove. Okay, first here we have remove function or remove method. Remove method may you have to specify specific value whichever you want to remove. Like I want to remove this cherry, so what you have to write here, fruits dot remove, and specify that value which you want to remove. I want to remove this cherry, so here execute this. So now if you see here fruits, so cherry will not be present inside your list. Okay, again if I want to remove 90 values, so here you can specify that 90 value. Okay, just execute this. Now here you can see fruits, I'm not getting that 90 value in my list. Next next here we have delete function. Okay, for delete function here we have to use indexing. Okay, indexing kaise, I want to remove this value of index number 2. So what I have to do here, delete, just give round bracket, fruits of index number 2 here I am giving. So what is mean by this, this will remove values from index number 2 like 0 1 2. Mango will be removed from your list. So execute this. Now if I see fruits, so here you can see mango is not present in my list. Third method here we have pop. So pop is used to remove value from the end of your list. Like we are using append is used for adding value in the end of your list, and pop will remove values from the end of your list. Like if I am writing here, currently we have 90.8 value in the end. So if I'm writing here fruits dot pop, only you have to write pop and just give parenthesis and execute this. So here you can see this 90.8 value is removed from your list. Again if I'm giving fruits dot pop one more time, so now it will, now okay, here you can see now end value will be orange because this is already removed. So now end value orange will be removed from your list. So if you see your list fruits, so here you are getting this much values. Okay, so these are the method from removing element from your list. Different methods we have. First we have remove, there you can give specific element. Second we have delete. From indexing, if you want to delete your value, then you have to use delete function. And if you want to delete from the end of your list, then you have to use pop. Next here we are going to learn about index function. Okay, now what is mean by this index function? So if you want to find the index of any value, like I want to find the index of this banana, I want to find this index of kiwi, so here I have to use this index function. Okay, so how to use this index function, like fruits dot index. If I am writing here 50, I want to know the index number of 50. So execute this. So 50 is present on index number 3. Here you can see 0 1 2, then index number 3. Again fruits dot index, I want to find the index of kiwi. So here you can execute kiwi is present on index number 4. So this will be an index function which is used for finding the index of any value. Next here we have again one more function index, where you have to specify some value. After that you have to give start value. Okay, what is mean by this? Okay, so again if I want to find this fruits dot in sorry fruits dot index, and here I want to give this kiwi. Okay, so what I have to do here, I already know that kiwi is present after index number 2, then why should I start from index number 0? Here I can give this 2. So by default it will start searching kiwi's index after 2. So it is generally used for decreasing your execution time. Like suppose currently we have very small data, but if you are working on industry level, so there will be a large data. So there it will take a more time. So for that you should know, there you can provide some start indexing so that it will take less time for execution. Okay, so here you can see again we are getting 4 value, but it is starting from index number 2. But if I want to give here Shivani, I already know that Shivani is present on index number 0, but this index will start searching Shivani from index number 2, and after index 2 Shivani is not present, so that here you will get errors. Why you are getting errors? Because Shivani is not in a list, because by default it is starting from index number 2. If I want to start this from index number 0, then output will be proper. Okay, so Shivani is present on index number 0. After that, next function we have merging a list. We have two functions for merging a list. For that, again we are going to create a new list L1 equal to, okay, LST1 here I am taking equal to, and here again 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, this is my list 1. LST2 equal to, again here I'll try to store some alphabet inside this. Okay, so here we have this list 2. First function we have plus operator. I'm going to use this plus operator. Okay, plus operator, using this plus operator you can merge two lists, but you can store that in some other variable like lst3 equal to lst1 plus lst2. So what it will do, it will merge these two lists and store that will stored in list 3. So now execute this. Why I'm getting this? Okay, here I didn't given this lst2. Now if you see the output of list 3, so here you are getting the merging value like 1 2 3 4 5, and again a b c d, that is merge. Next here we are going to use extend operator. Now how to use this extend operator? So here for extend operator, here you have to write like this lst1 dot, okay, just a minute, let me show you. If I'm using this plus operator, then it is not changing inside my original list, because here if you see lst1 is as it is, again lst2 is also as it is. Okay, but if I'm using extend operator, now let's see about extend operator, or extend the function actually, sorry. Okay, so if you see here lst1 dot, here we have to use extend and lst2. So here extend will update your original data, like this lst2 will get stored inside this lst1. It will change inside your original data. Now if I'm executing this, here you can see I will get lst2 data inside this lst1. So you have to remember that if you want to really change or upgrade your original data, then only you have to use extend operator. Otherwise we have second option plus operator, because it is modifying your original data. So this is not you can say this is not profitable. There is generally not modify your original data. So you have to remember that your original data should be as it is. If you really want to update your original data, then you have to use extend operator. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you, and if you like my video, then please like and subscribe to my channel.